satsang, we had talks in the Indian embassy. Everywhere they started following us, these leaders, and they did meditation with us. Just in a few hours of meeting him, how the whole thing transformed towards positivity. And within 1 year, everything resolved. And this happened in front of me, that it was so tangible, something, such a historic event, I would say. So whenever Gurudev says, and they were really, people could have questioned what is it for him all the way going to Colombia, and why should he take all the trouble? It's not like that. He feels each and everyone is a part of him. That is the bigger vision of Gurudev that I have seen time and again and cannot understand, but then I have experienced. And as rightly Maherji said, how you could write even about him. I said, some little things that I really could manage, I have written, which hopefully make you all happy. In lighter moments of Gurudev, growing up days, him, and everything has something, some purpose, right?
Didi.
Journalist in Peru, he was asking what, that really, really resolves and brings in so much of positivity. And Gurudev said, it's not who does it, what I do, but who does it. So from a space of sattva, you can say that positivity, if you really wish well for everyone's sarve janaha sukhino bhavantu, that is our goal, right? From that space, nature helps. If you come from that space, and he is always in that space. I would call it divine space.
I now request Jaideep Nathji, who's official spokesperson for the Art of Living, to read the next excerpt from the book.
See, some people can speak very well, some can write well. I think I belong to the second category. I have heard Vandana ji speak, Kavita ji, all of them really speak so well. And even though I want to speak like them, but I think I can write well. I get so many ideas, I don't know what to say and how to say this.
Although young Ravi was different from others, he was never out of place. He knew how to connect with people and was dear to everyone. Once, during a school program, Gunakritha, a young girl, performed the dance of Devi Durga. Her charming oval face was clear and expressive. She had long, neat braided hair and wore a very simple, bright bindi as her only adornment. She did not use much makeup or other accessories, but looked bright and beautiful. She was a good dancer. My brother was watching the performance intently, and at one particular moment, like a flash of lightning, he realized that he had a higher calling. In that fraction of a moment, I saw the face of each and every person in every country who was waiting for me. The people who had come along with me to this planet. I knew I had a family everywhere, he later shared. One of the boys in my class used to collect stamps, and one day he bought a Mexican stamp to our class. It was very rare to see stamps from another country in those days. Everybody was naturally curious about it. My brother told them, I can get a few more stamps for you. I have a family there, and I'm going there for vacations. One vacation came, and then another.
We never had any relations outside India. He told me, don't worry, many stamps, many people are waiting for me all over the world. I'll go everywhere like this. And I would believe him 100%. now those days letters you post, no, so many went out of India, him for so long. You can read it. Thank you for this.
I now request Sharayu Chopra, filmmaker, newsreader, and founder member of Zorba Kila, to please read the next excerpt.
My maternal grandmother, Pati, had an orthodox approach to life. But when it came to my brother, she was open to his views and ready to accept changes that he suggested. There used to be the practice of untouchability those days. Some people, if not vegetarian, were not allowed inside our house. Swaminathan, the caretaker of our paddy fields, was one such person. My brother questioned this practice, saying that people's background made no real difference. When he was about 7, having convinced his grandmother, he went on a bicycle ride with Swaminathan, shocking the conservative neighborhood. In our Bangalore house, the daughter of our house help never went to school. Education for girls was not even considered necessary in many such families. But little Ravi questioned this. If Bhanu can go to school, why can't she go too? I am not sure what explanations were given at that time, but the seeds of my passion to bring education to girl children were certainly sown then. Today, Gurudev has started over 400 free schools in the most remote and rural areas in India to bring the gift of holistic education to underprivileged children. Over 58,000 children study in these schools, and more than half of them are girls.
Didi, you've said in your book that this had a
started this first school, and which we carried on. Now we are able to fulfill that. At least
invite Vineet Behel, an Indian fashion designer with an exceptional international presence, to please read the next excerpt.
A serious doubt. I have been asking this all my life but couldn't find an answer. Hope you can help me. Gurudev said, yes, please tell me. He said, how can there be many correct answers to one question? If the truth is singular, the answer should also be singular. There cannot be two different right answers. And if there is just one right answer, having so many religions makes no sense. There can only be one right religion. How can all parts be correct? If the truth is singular, all scriptures cannot be right. This was a very convincing argument. Gurudev answered, see, to reach this place there are many ways. One could travel straight and reach here. One can go straight and turn right, or go straight and turn left and still reach this place. It depends on where you are. He continued, in India there is an ancient thought that says, let knowledge flow from all sides. The truth is one, but perceived in many different ways. Ekam sat vipra bahuda vedanti, which means that the truth is singular, but the intelligent express it in many ways. The gentleman, pleased with the answer, thanked Gurudev.
Thank you. I'd like to welcome Meenakshi Lekhiji, the Member of Parliament from the New Delhi constituency. We especially appreciate your coming in. We know Parliament is in session. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
So Didi, if you could just respond to this excerpt that, that there are many ways to see the truth, and the truth is multidimensional.
Actually, it is self-explanatory if you read it. No? Ekam sat vipra bahuda vadanti. You can't hear? Oh. I think it will be nice if you only read it. If we read everything, if we only read everything, then what is left for you? Yeah. So it is a small book. Huh? In fact, it is, Gurudev says, no, that we are all one world family, We have many things. We are all from different backgrounds, different setups, different mindsets. But there is one truth. And we are all bound by that oneness, that is love. So Art of Living is that one world family, representing that one world family. We may have many ways to express ourselves, our devotion also to Master. This is one of my ways to express my devotion. I have written this book for all of you.
So, I must tell you what Didi has said, that you have to read the book for yourself. Because I'm someone who has worked so closely with Gurudev. I've had the privilege and benefit of working directly with him. And, know so many people in the art of living, and we've heard so many stories over the years. But this book is really exceptional for two reasons. One is that it's been written by someone who has the capacity to understand, to hold, to digest, to disseminate with complete love and grace and elegance Gurudev's teachings. He says that the master gives equally to everyone, but it depends on your patrata, your ability to receive. So if there's a tap, this is what Gurudev says, if there's a tap, if you hold a bucket, you get a bucket full. If you hold a little cap, that's how much you'll get. And the combination of the stories here as seen and interpreted by Didi are really, really something to experience. One of the best sellers in India has been Autobiography of a Yogi. I know it's where my husband Vinod's spiritual journey started. The difference with this book is that it's being written during Gurudev's lifetime by someone who has seen everything absolutely firsthand, and who is interpreting it and writing it without any filter. So you must read the book. And on that note, Meenakshi ji, can I invite you? We had all the panelists, rather than read, to just spontaneously say in about 2 or 3 minutes something about Gurudev. Maybe you share a story, your first experience of him or of Didi, because you've been to the ashram. And just if you can say a little bit, because we said that it was, how does one introduce Gurudev? So we thought that since the book is about him, we'd invite some people whose lives he's touched to say a little bit about him.
Can I?
Yes, please. Yes.
Okay. So first, Jai Gurudev to everyone present. Bhanudi may be the spiritual anchor to many, but to me, she's a friend. Kavita is also a friend. Vandana Shiva is also a friend who I've admired for very long. I'm a botanist too. And I've known Vandana ji also. So 4 women, 5 who are on the dais have known me very intimately, and I have been their friends. So when you talk about Gurudev, so the common factor is like-minded people are getting attracted. So what is so appealing about him? Whenever I'm in difficulty, I talk to him like a friend. That's the essence. So I mean, he's a spiritual person. I think spirituality exists in all of us, and the goodness connects at different levels. So the level he's at, obviously, we are not. But there is some common factor which keeps hooking us onto him, that that equation, that relationship, which sort of innate attraction to, or innate appeal, that people are getting onto you for their own peace, for their, I don't know whether he's even speaking so much, but few vibrations which are reaching you irrespective of his speech or anything. And those vibrations are coming from a person who means only good. So whenever you look at his face, I find only a smiling and laughing face comes to my mind. No other glum face or glum look, any of those, or very serious, that doesn't come to my mind. In my mind, it's a very happy face which comes. So a person who's happy, I wouldn't call him God incarnate because I don't think it that way. I look at him as a human, as a person who's sort of nudging you to take the right path and take the right path. And he's a man of science. So science and Vedas. So I normally, when I'm reading up anything, and I'm not a very learned person, but I like to be in the company of learned people. So I normally feel that our rishis and our Vedic science was actually, the spirituality had a very deep connect with science, which over the years we have kind of lost. And here is one person who's connecting spirituality through scientific methodology. So science will sort of check your blood pressure, check your pulse, check your general well-being, and check all the hormones which have become balanced. But the spirituality is the meditation, the processes, the smile, the happiness, and that spirituality will connect directly to the science of being, of existence. And coming from a science background and looking at him in the spiritual avatar, one feels that our ancient science was so deeply connected within each cell of our body that every cell is a living being. And every cell, because people are still researching on these aspects, but our science believed that there is a cellular memory. People say there's a muscular memory. So I say there is a cellular memory. And that cellular memory, each cell is rejuvenating or is rejuvenated once you've entered the process of meditation. Your toxins are out of your system. Your mind is calmer. Your hormonal system is balanced. And that is the science. But a person like Gurudev is actually taking you through the spiritual process in a scientific manner, step by step, and actually making you one with the God. And the God, as our scriptures say, God is within you. It's inside you. And the moment you start searching that truth, here is another living being who allows us the freedom to search the truth our own way, but shows us the path that this is the method you can adopt. Okay, this doesn't work for you. Instead of sitting on mat, you can maybe sit on the chair. Instead of sitting on chair, maybe even if you're on deathbed, even while in that position you can meditate and you can cleanse yourself, you can detoxify yourself. So there's a scientific methodology to it. For me, he's a friend. So whenever I'm upset with whatever is around me, I'll pick up a phone and make a call. Where is Gurudev? I need to just have a word with him. So it may sound very funny to some people who look at him in a very spiritual avatar. For me, I feel very close, like you chat with a friend who, when you are a bit upset about things and you feel things are not going the right way. I remember once something happened and I was at his ashram and I said, I think I don't know where I have got stuck and why I have got stuck. This is my place. So he said, Niklo yahan se. You have a lot of work to do and you are going to be in the public life, and that's your karma. You have to be there. You're not going to run away from that place. So, it's like any of your friend would say the same thing. I normally would question, why am I in politics? Why did I choose this life? Because there are some negative impacts which happen on your body, your mind, everything. And you sort of say enough of this, you just don't want it. You are a spiritual person, you rather give up and live a peaceful life. And he says, no, 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 your time hasn't come yet. You go back and you have to live there amongst those people and the goal you set for yourself, and that is changing the world. So you change the world. You set yourself for that, and that's your karma. That's what you need to do. Be spiritual in that sphere of life. And I think be spiritual in that sphere is something I would normally say, highlight this point. Be spiritual in whatever you do. So even if you're in politics, you could yet attain, not the nirvana, but maybe some good deeds you can do in that field. So my inspiration comes in that sense and that respect, and I take it as a friendly advice and stick to the field I'm in when I at times feel like giving it up. So
thank you. Thank you.
We need good leaders like you.
So that's Bhanu Didi for me. You know, she's also like a sister to me. So constantly nudging me, no. Keep doing the good work you're doing. Keep doing. So at times we all go through that. And I'm glad I have these sets of friends who are constantly motivating me and constantly telling me, stay on the right path and stay there. Thank you
so much. It's wonderful to hear from you that Gurudev is inspiring you and Didi is both are guiding you to help you to be the change that you want to see in the world. I'd like to acknowledge the presence of Vijay Khurana ji, National Convener of the Rashtriya Godhan Mahasangh. And we now invite Didi to please read an excerpt.
Before I read this, I want Bhava to come here and and Bhava is a very dear, I would say what to say. He is my first student. I became a teacher because of him. Meditation teacher, and is very, very loving soul. And
Didi.
Would you like to read this, or you would like to talk about Gurudev?
Whatever. I'll tell the story of how I learned meditation for the first time. Yeah? So, we were all gone from IIT to the ashram, as this was our usual thing. Every year we would go. And at that time, there were some teachers from America who had come to the ashram, and they were teaching something called Sahaj Samadhi meditation. So very excitedly, I went to Gurudev and said, Guruji, can I learn this? And he said, no. I said, all right. And all these other people, Dinesh, Kashi, Prashant Rajore, all these people, they learned Sahaj much before me because they went and learned with these American teachers. I, in fact, even organized a Sahaj course for Philip in IIT without knowing anything about it. I just told everybody, it's really nice, you have to go and do it. And they did it, and when they would come out, I would, what happened? Tell me, yaar, because I have not done it. And I asked Gurudev, I think for 2 years, every May and every December, Guruji, can I learn Sahaj? Can I learn Sahaj? And he would keep saying no.
Your time's not come.
And then one afternoon in May, I asked Gurudev, Gurudev, I want to really learn Sahaj. Can I learn Sahaj? He said, yeah, talk to Bhanu, she will teach you. I said, okay. So I go to Didi and I say, Bhanu Didi, you have to teach me Sahaj. And she says, but I am not a Sahaj teacher.
Anything can happen anytime.
And that's how I learned Sahaj, and
that's how I became a teacher.
Thank you.
And Didi has taught thousands and thousands
Baba
of
has,
people.
yeah, Baba has been instrumental in bringing many into the path, all the youth, and of course I have also taught many students, and many of them have learned meditation through me. And I'm very grateful that he is my first student. He's bright, right?
So
I want to read one. Can I? Is there time? Okay. So this shows my age, okay? Recently I turned 60. You can congratulate me. And by the way, this is on the 60th birthday of mine, 11 January. This was released in Bangalore Ashram by Gurudev. I feel privileged by that. At least 60 years I've taken to do something nice. There would be many ups and downs as we traverse our life's journey. Often we tend to question ourselves and everything around us. But real happiness occurs when one can turn these questions into occasions of wonderment. I can recollect many instances when my mind kept oscillating between considering Gurudev as my brother and my guru. Whenever I am exposed to his discourses on wisdom, I often wonder, is this really my brother? I cannot explain the feeling, but there is a sense of unbounded presence that is beyond the limitations of siblinghood. I am reminded of the words of Yashoda, the mother of Lord Krishna, in Srimad Bhagavatam. She says, I know that he is my son, but it feels as if I have been trying to catch the wind with my pallu. You know, the sari pallu. How is it even possible? My brother, my guru. As the heart alternates between the two roles, my, which is a sense of belonging, remains the only constant. It is a subjective connection. The essence of life is to feel a personal connection with the divine. But I'm happy that I could see beyond our familial relationship and recognize him as my guru. Experiencing the guru principle is the most amazing thing that has happened in my life. It is the peak of life's experience. Gurudev says the enlightened one is not on the peak, rather the peak is beneath the enlightened. One who goes to the peak comes down, but the peak seeks the one who is stationed in the plateau of the inner space. That's how the name. Sanskrit words Sahodari moments, remembering the divine in every breath. I surrender again and again in my journey to eternity. Every step that I take is a goal unto itself. Thank you so much.
And now we have a really special treat. I invite Radhika Hoon to please come with the last excerpt. Radhika is the chairperson of Natya Ballet Center.
It was many years ago during Navratri, and I had a raging fever, and I went to the Ayurvedic department. And the doctor said, you need rest. He gave me some medicine. I stepped out from his clinic, and Didi was walking down, dressed resplendently in one of those 9-yard saris. And she said, what's the matter? Because I was obviously not looking well. I said, Didi, I have a very high fever, feeling weak. She said, come. She held my hand, and we went to listen to the Lalita Sahasranam. And after about 20 minutes, during which she didn't leave my hand, she suddenly jumped up and she said, okay, bye ma, I have to go for a puja. And I also got up and I left. And the most amazing thing had happened. My fever had gone. Even now I ask her, how, Didi? And she only laughs. Okay. May I just quickly read my piece and then I'll leave it to you. This incident happened when I had gone to the US with Gurudev for the first time. He was on stage and I was seated in the front row. He gestured towards me to come on stage. When I went up, he asked me to sing before promptly closing his eyes. I had never sung in public before and looked at him, but his eyes were still closed. So I closed mine too and sang a Ganesh Stuti. Gurudev said, when a little bird sings, it is the voice of the infinity that flows through it. I felt the same as the music flowed through me. I once again looked at him and he opened his eyes and smiled. Ever since, I have never had any hesitation to be on stage or to sing. Jai Gurudev.
So, Didi, would you please sing something for us? And it really is the voice of infinity. And if you want, you can shut your eyes and meditate.
Not in front of the nightingale of Art of Living. Chitra ji is here. Yeah. We can conclude with this. No, it's late, right?
Yes, yes.
Would you like to sing?
Jai Gurudev, everyone. I mean, for me, this is my native. But I forgot, and I'm a little cold feet, I don't know. Anyway. So let's take a deep breath in once. And breathe out. And here the miracle is. When I chanted Lalita Sahasranam with Didi's, one of the very precious instruments, Jaina Didi, I did it online. So, Didi, she shared about her fever. For me, it has just dawned right away, sitting here. So, for me, just share that all the fears are dropped.
Nice.
All.
Wonderful.
Everything.
Thank you.
This is the power of being in Didi's energy. Yeah? Thank you. Jai Gurudev.
Shivoham, Shivoham. This is one of the Gurudev's compositions. Yeah, long back he has done this. This is my favorite one. Shiva Swarupoham, Shivoham, Shivoham, Shiva Swarupoham, Nityoham, Shuddhoham, Buddhoham, Muktoham, Nityoham, Shuddhoham, Buddhoham, Muktoham, Shivoham, Shivoham, Shiva Swarupoham, Advaitamaham,
Nightingale of Art of Living, will sing something for us. Thank you, Chitraji. I'd like to acknowledge Preeti Agarwalji, the Mayor of North Delhi Municipal Corporation, who's joined us.
She needs a mic.
Can she sing there?
There's a mic there.
Then the music mic will not be working. They need two mics.
She's managing.
गुरु की महिमा कोई न जाने, ना कोई पंडित ना ही सयाने। गुरु की महिमा कोई न जाने, कोई न जाने। गुरु एक बहती गंगा की धारा, गुरु चरणन ने सबको तारा। गुरु एक बहती गंगा की धारा, गुरु चरणन ने सबको तारा। कृपा को उसके हर कोई माने, गुरु की महिमा कोई न जाने, कोई न जाने। पीर फकीर की वाणी में वो है, बुद्धा नानक सा सुखदाई वो है। प्रेम को जिसके कैसे बखाने, सिमरन के लाखों बहाने। गुरु की महिमा कोई न जाने, कोई न जाने।
That brings us to the end of the afternoon. Thank you everyone for being here. I think we have Westland, who are the publishers of the book, would like to say a few words. I'd like to invite Debashri Rakshit on stage, please. She's the editor, managing editor, and she'll say a few words to us. Also, the book is on sale, so please do, if you don't already have it, if you'd like to gift it to someone, it's an invaluable book.
Namaskar. On behalf of Westland Publications, I would like to thank each of you for finding time to join us here. A special thanks to our esteemed panelists, Dr. Vandana Shiva, Ms. Vandana Narang, Mahesh Giriji and Meenakshi Lekhiji, for gracing the occasion with their presence, and to everyone else who read from the book or gave insights into Gurudev and Bhanu Didi. And of course, a special thanks for the wonderful music. I have had the honor of meeting Gurudev myself a few times, and each time he has been extremely gracious, kind, and gentle with me. And I think he spreads that goodness to everyone at the Art of Living Ashram and to everyone else who comes in touch with him. All of you who have read the book, I believe you've learned a lot from the wisdom within its pages. If you have not, I hope you have an opportunity to read it soon. Thank you.
We have to thank me so much. Every time she'll call me and say, you have to write this, you have to, very nice. Thank you so much for encouraging me.
Thank you.